Hello everybody, I'm Wombly, and today I'm going to be playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Okay? Well, that's funny, the computer's like, computer. Okay? I've heard of the game, of course, but like, I've never played it. And I was thinking, you know, that would make a solid video idea, just me trying out this. So, here I am. So, anyways, let's get into this, I guess. The end is never the end is never the end.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Hi, Stanley. Stanley?
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Oh, that's a lot of employees.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard.
That sounds fun.
Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk,
Wow.
telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month.
This sounds
of
depressing,
every
bro.
year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job.
Wow.
And Stanley was happy.
Stanley a real one for that, bro.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened.
Whoa, what?
Something that would forever change Stanley.
Stanley Parable.
Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
Not
no
good.
one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi.
Yo, man, what?
Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This
That's crazy.
complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong.
Okay.
Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to
my
move
God.
for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Alright, I'm Stanley now.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Yo.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. Yo, who's calling me? Give me a minute. Okay, hold up. I'm dreaming on my phone. Okay, hold on. Shut up, Mason. I'm playing the Stanley Parable. Yeah, I am playing Stanley Parable. Why? What does this matter?
Can I see it?
No! I'm making a video out of this, Chunky.
Oh, too bad I'm in the video now.
No, you're not. Anyways. Okay. Wait, what? You sure? Haha! I'm so smart. Okay. So I have to go to the meeting room, I think. I don't know where that is, but like, we'll find it. Uh-oh.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I've heard the song.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring.
Soda!
Been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Yeah. I had to bribe the manager for this one.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Yeah?
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
Okay.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is... But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Yeah, maybe we have.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Well, I'm the main character.
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
Ooh.
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Who's been waiting? Okay. Guess I'm going through here. Whoa.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her.
Okay.
If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Hello? Oh, it's so bright, bro. Ow. Whoa.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to
BBG.
keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
Daddy's home.
Okay. All right, now I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Why she?
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you?
What?
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley.
What?
I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. This is a very sad
What?
story about the death of a man named Stanley.
What? Okay, hold up. You?
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him. And every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Okay. No, I won't press N. I'm gonna press K. Okay, I guess I have to press
Look
N.
at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch.
Kill
Now
yourself.
he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
F.
But in his mind, in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures.
Whoa.
From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And
Okay.
each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Okay, this guy's just trying to like shit on me. That's all he's doing. Okay, you watch TV, I guess.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of
You're
the
telling me
earth.
that's fake? Is this
The
fake?
thought excited him terribly.
Okay, spend time with the boys. Okay.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Wow, bro. Stanley's like miserable.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations.
Okay.
Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and
Monitors.
mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions.
Wow.
And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Whoa. F.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
What? I love you, wife.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has.
Oh my god, this is
Nothing
turning
has
into my
changed.
office.
The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets. The more he forgets which life is the real one.
What? Okay, why?
And I'm trying to tell him this. That in this world, he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing
I
himself.
want you to kill yourself.
He won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it. You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second
I
he
meant to
remains
just not
here,
push it,
he's
just screw
electing
it.
to kill himself?
Maybe
How
I
can
wanna
I get
kill
him to see
myself.
what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Okay.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him.
Okay.
I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time.
Did I get like an ending or
And
something?
I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again.
And
Stanley pushed a
the
button.
button.
And I tried.
Whoa, what? What? Oh. What? Okay, so I think, did I get like an ending or something?
All of his co-workers were gone.
Okay,
What
whatever.
could it mean? Stanley decided to
I
go
guess
to the meeting
this
room.
time I'll be
Perhaps
more
he had
like-
simply missed a memo.
You know, obedient. Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I guess I'll go on the left. Okay. There's so many choices in this game. And then that's the whole point.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
What? Tips for
Feeling
having
a
fire
wave of
chocolates,
disbelief,
doing-
Stanley decided to go up to his
Okay,
boss's
shut
office,
the hell up.
hoping he might find
No!
an answer there.
I want to read. How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Let it ball up inside you. Take it out passive aggressively on another co. Oh my god, let me read. Okay. Which way do I
Coming
go?
to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, so go up to my boss's office. Whoa, this is some sick office. I need to take a piss. Give me a minute. Okay. I got the feeling money's for stealing, but yours, of course. Say that's a lovely purse. Oh, okay. Where else do I go?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Oh wow!
Unraveled,
There's no people.
Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this.
Yo, man,
What
who did
dark
this?
secret was being held from him?
Why is there a dark
What he
secret
could
being
not
held
have
from me?
known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him.
And my boss a
And so
bitch.
the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number.
Yo, he's
2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Whoa. This is scary. I don't want to go in there. That freaks me out, bro. Okay, I guess we'll go this way then. Okay, there. Hi.
Go down.
Okay, now we're in a new area.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar.
Man, I feel
It
weird.
was a stirring of emotion in his chest,
Wow, I
as
feel
though he
this
felt
emotion.
more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to
Why
him?
am I feeling
This
this right
question
now?
would not go unanswered for long.
I gotta scratch my elbow. Oh, that's a nice scratch. Oh, that's a nice scratch. Okay.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Whoa, what's this place that's called Mind Control Facility? Okay. Ooh, light bulb.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Wow.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
Yeah, what
did he
is
have the
this place?
strength
What-
to
what
find
is
out?
up here? Okay. This place is cool. Oh, camera.
Now the monitors jumped to life,
Whoa.
their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley,
What?
one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom
How
meant
did this
nothing.
number go? 600? Damn. That's a chunky number. Okay, what does this do?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time?
What?
Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his
Maybe.
emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
This is crazy.
No. He refused to believe it. He
I
couldn't
refuse to
accept
believe
it.
this. I am
His
not
own
accepting
life
this.
In someone else's control? Never.
No!
It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? He truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
What?
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating,
What?
working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as
No
the
way.
cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible
Facility power.
over another human life.
Yes.
For
Flash.
he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
And to press the buttons. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, I'm gonna press it in order. That's just my guess. Because that's probably why there'd be numbers. Okay, where's number 1? There's number 1. What do you mean? Oh, I guess I probably do something with the power. Okay. Okay. Mind control.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power,
Whoa.
he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place. And oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls.
I'm so
did
silly.
you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted?
All hail Plankton. All hail Plankton.
Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave.
I'm
If
going
you
for my
want to
villain
throw
arc.
my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
Uh-oh.
In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode,
Uh-oh.
eliminating
Oh, no.
the entire complex.
That would
How
suck.
long until detonation then? Let's
say how long?
say 2 minutes.
No,
Now,
no.
this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to
Yo.
enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're
Okay.
going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated.
Okay.
All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway.
Why are you
I'll
such
tell
a
you
hater?
exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing
where's the
buttons
3
endlessly
button?
and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I
What?
let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left.
Uh-oh.
But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not?
Thank you, Master.
These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing
Yeah, I
right
need
now?
instructions.
Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off?
Yeah, probably.
I mean, look at you. running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones, or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble.
Damn, bro.
This is not a challenge.
He's such a
It's
hater.
A tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing.
Uh-oh.
No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't.
You know,
it's all the same to me.
Before I
All
die,
joke.
I would
And
like to
believe
say
me, I will be laughing at
I've
every
never
second of
been
your
a big
inevitable
fan
life, from the
of
moment
the
we fade in
Mexicans.
until the moment I say
I love Mexicans. Okay. Anyways, let's see what happens when you press.
And when at
on
last
off.
he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
I want to let him finish his speech. Okay, he finished. Okay, great. Okay. Off. Huh? What happened? When I beat the game?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty.
Whoa.
Was it over?
Was it over?
Yes. He had won.
I did it.
He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command.
Let's go.
Freedom was mere moments away.
I'm just a Sigma.
And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
For
As
it
long
was
as I'm
not
free.
knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness.
Yay!
Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go.
Oh.
No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his.
The scenery
And that was
is beautiful.
all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing.
Wow.
Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley
Did it.
felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him.
Whoa.
This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen.
This is so nice.
And Stanley was happy.
Wow. Get off that big screen, ant. Let's go. I actually got an achievement.
Incredible
Wanna go here
room.
first?
Stanley, for the first, but eager to get back to business,
Hello.
Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay, I'm
And
gonna
so
go
he
down this
detoured
way.
through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
I did not go back on track, in fact.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office.
Yeah, I don't want to.
He wanted to wander about and get even further off track.
Exactly.
So now, in order to get back, he needed to go,
Where'd I go?
Here it's, left. Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I?
Tell me!
It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Okay.
Now, let's
Am I not
see.
meant to
We
be in
went
this
down
section?
right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Okay, this way. I see. Nice truck over there, by the way. Very cool truck. Okay, why am I here?
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
I'm not closing my eyes.
Okay. We just have to get back to, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story
Oh my
completely
god.
unusable.
What is
How
all
about,
this?
rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning.
What?
And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, hmm?
No.
Okay.
No.
From the top.
No. Alright, anyways.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Okay.
Stanley
check
decided
that.
to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, there was something else I wanted to check. I'm sure we'll see it along the way. Wait, what?
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be...
What?
Oh, did something change?
Whoa, bro,
Stanley,
this is freaky.
did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
No.
Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who
why are
wrote
you
the
asking me,
story.
schizophrenic?
It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
I have to find the story? Okay. I want to find that escape, though. Okay. I guess we'll go this way. This place. I guess I can't open anything, can I? Okay, what's this room? Okay, I'm sure.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we do we need to restart the game again?
No.
Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
No, you don't
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
No, what could it mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, I sure hope it's normal this time. Oh my god, there's not even a...
Okay, yep, it's worse.
Oh my god.
I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Okay, bet, sure. Open that door, close, okay. Okay, good. What's this open? What'd I just turn off? I'm turning everything off. Am I meant to? Okay, hold up. How do I go in there? Okay, it looks like somewhere I should be. I should go into. Okay, I guess we'll go back.
Aha! I knew we'd miss
Eureka!
the story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Oh my god, where am... What is this?
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so.
Dude, both
I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it's really paid off, so good job.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, no, I don't feel right about this at all.
No.
We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is.
Can't go back.
I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Okay, let's just see if we...
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable adventure line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
I don't think I'm meant to go this way, but we'll go this way. Aha, I see. Okay, so it's not, it doesn't work.
No, I'm done. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Okay. Oh, that's actually really funny. I had like a trademark. I just realized that. That's really silly. Wait. Solitaire? Oh, nice. Okay. Adventure line!
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
Yes!
Nope. Here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang
Those are
on.
some big words,
That got
bro.
a bit weird back there.
It did.
Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I
Those are
think
some
what
big
we
words,
need
man. I
right
don't know all
now
those
is a
words.
bit of music to lighten the mood.
Oh, music! Oh! I'm getting some crawling vibes from this. Adventure Line.
Wait, cut the music. Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story.
Okay.
Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully.
It's green.
You won't want to miss anything.
It's in a white pot. And it has leaves. Anyways, cut more music!
Wait, what?
What?
We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
I guess we'll go this way. No music, I guess.
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us?
Line!
After we trusted
Bro,
you.
what
After
the heck,
everything
man?
we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Oh my god. I'm not following this line, man. I'm trusting
You know
it.
what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us?
That's what I'm
We're
saying.
intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Oh shoot, wait, my thing muted. I just read the subtitle though. Oh yeah, I gotta go for a minute.
Now,
do that line.
yes, this is exciting. Just
so
me and
excited.
Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be?
Can we go to
wild.
Skibidi Toilet Land?
Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Light cough.
Oh, no, not you again.
What?
Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No
Okay.
lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Okay. I'm gonna follow this line though. I trust you once more, line. People tell me I shouldn't trust strangers from the start, but I'll trust you. But the line's gone, I guess.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here.
Okay.
Just walk in circles for a minute.
Bet.
Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic.
Let's go.
Come, Stanley. Our destiny awaits.
Okay. What? Okay.
Oh, hold up. What's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all
What?
one giant ending?
Okay.
And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times?
That was 9 times.
That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget?
What?
Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide?
Yeah.
Why don't I get a say in all
I
of
want
this?
him to get a
Is it
say.
really-
I can't make any decisions.
No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
Yeah, don't do it.
And the timer stopped?
Uh-oh.
Does that mean,
Dinky.
did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something
Ooh,
happen?
I sure hope no one comes for us.
So, okay.
We're stuck in this room.
I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree?
No.
I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey.
I
Though
want
they're
out.
always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually.
Yeah, eventually.
Well, in the meantime, if you...
What? Where am I?
all of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Why is the game
Stanley
different?
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps when Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left, upstairs to his boss's office.
Now I'm gonna try to go to the escape. Actually, no. First, I want to try this. Okay, what's this? Let's go up. Huh? Okay, come on. I need you some elevator music. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, now I want to get out of this elevator. Okay. What? What? I'm doing all that again.
Large door that read
Escape.
Mind Control Facility.
Actually, I
Although
didn't.
this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
I what? Why don't I see the end? Wait. Okay, never mind. Okay, I'm just schizo or something.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Yeah, it isn't shut. I did
At this
check
point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward
I
and
am.
willingly confront his death.
that. Yeah, come on. I ain't scared of death. Okay, I believe in Jesus Christ. I'm gonna be saved anyways. Whoa, shoot. Whoa! Okay. Where am I? This is just like Skibbity Toilet.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise,
okay.
it reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Bye-bye. Hello, Skibbity Toilet. What?
Farewell,
saved.
Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws.
Why is she a
In
woman?
a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him
What?
instantly.
Oh! Huh? What?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game back
Okay.
in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly
Yo,
did the
what?
narrator think he was going to accomplish?
This is literally like Skibbity Toilet. Okay.
When every
Whoa.
path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death
What?
becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Oh my god. This is crazy. That's the credits. Thank you, David Redden and William Poe, I think. And thank you, Carl Scrolls. And thank you, Dominic Jahan. And thank you, Tom Schall. Okay, where does this go? Office clock. Okay, so am I in like a museum? Freedom ending. Okay. Games alpha. Okay. Okay. Monitor room. Elevator. Countdown room. What is this? I ain't checking all this. I don't want to see this.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Guess I'll pull this lever.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
This is deep, bruh.
But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail.
Okay.
Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it.
Nah,
Don't
I'd
let
win.
time choose for you. Don't let...
Oh. Maybe she wasn't lying. Oh, the office is normal.
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was.
This is different. Dude, I don't know how many endings there are. I need to look that up eventually. Okay. Ooh, new content.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
I'm so happy I'm with this other narrator, not this stupid woman. I love women. Don't worry, guys. Don't cancel me. Don't cancel me. Whoa.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
What?
As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
Whoa, I didn't know that.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a
Whoa.
reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
shiny.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
Wow.
Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
I would love to see this too. Let's go see.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Hey, is it gonna like go?
Is it broken? What's going on here?
Is this
Should
like-
we
Like,
be
did I just
moving
play through,
somewhere?
like, the
or
original
oh,
game?
there we go. All right, finally,
know, I
at
think I
long
played the
last,
original
it's
game.
on to the
Oh, it's-
new content. I've
Okay,
never
great.
been more ready. Let's do it.
Yippee! So I'm playing like the new stuff, I guess.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if
Talking so funky, bro.
Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
I want content.
All right.
Whoa.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Oh, I can jump? Yippee! 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 That's it. I can't jump anymore.
Let me jump.
So fun. I can't wait to see
Is-
what the rest of the
Is that
content
it?
is.
Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content?
Yeah.
If this is new content,
pretty cool.
then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20
Really?
hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And if... Oh, wait. There's more. Very good.
Yippee!
Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it.
He's just
I'm
a
ready
hater.
for whatever it is.
Whoa.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley?
What?
This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't
Wow.
get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm
gonna
looking
go- I'm
right
gonna
now
go
at
in
the
this
game's
cha- I'm gonna go in
achievements,
this
and it's
corner.
hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore."
So
What
angry
quality
right now.
assurance
I'm
department
in the
signed off
angry
on this?
corner.
I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about?
I guess.
No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always.
Yeah. Maybe
What do
we
you
should.
say, friend?
I say yes. But how much is there? Was freaking what? This is new again.
Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to
Okay.
show you something.
Show me what? Okay, why is this so dark? Okay, what do you need?
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well,
Yes.
it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made
Okay.
something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Whoa!
I call it the Memory Zone.
Gnome
It's where
house.
I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release?
Stanley
Remember
Parable.
back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Whoa. Okay, the original remake right here. That's cool. Okay, what else? Smile because it happened. A trip down memory lane. $1. Okay, well, that's like the. I guess that's like the original. I never played the original, so. Whoa. Is that me? What? Okay, hold up. That's a beautiful view right there.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com.
Thank you,
James
Mr.
Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Whoa. Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now...
Persona 3!
9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else.
Okay.
It didn't need new content.
I like this guy. He makes
It
a
just
lot of
needed
sense
to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
Where's... Oh, I have to go back here? No, I go in here. The serious room.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
Game review.
Oh, no. Oh, God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor.
Oh, no.
I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
I sure hope they were.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny!
I want Bugs
Trying to be
Livia
funny.
gone.
I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't
These
even
two are
imagine
just like
where I'd have the
uncultured.
room to
That's the
stick
reason.
them.
Oh, that's a good one, but it's upside down.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy?
womp.
Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I?
You're not preachy.
You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. I always, well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't.
What?
Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record.
This is so sad.
I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down.
No.
Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite... What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well,
Actually, that's a good idea.
Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt.
Yeah.
Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been mine. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Skip button.
And here it is. Go ahead and give... Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and...
Okay.
Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But
Yeah.
that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this.
Cookie 9, you
and
better
whether they'll
rate- you better
edit
rate
the
this
rating
good.
of their Steam review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place.
Yeah, who knows?
I guess I should become better educated on exactly how Steam
Yes, exactly. You can
works.
stop there.
Perhaps that would have been the smart thing to
Oh,
check
shut
on
up.
before... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes?
What?
It's not
What?
unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say
Okay.
goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out of here?
How do we get out of there? Yeah.
Where did the door go?
Where did the door
Wasn't there a door that led into this room? I do feel quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place?
What,
I don't
the
think
Sigma?
one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a window or something like that.
What?
Do you see a window anywhere? A porthole? A sufficiently
there's nothing
large crack in the wall? I'll take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip button, to go anywhere other than the skip button. There was a door here before, wasn't there?
Dude,
swear
I
there
think I need
was.
to press that skip
Where did
button,
it
okay?
go?
No hard feelings, no
Can you
hard
maybe
feelings, okay?
Just ram your way through a
I'll try that
wall?
one.
Is there any possibility that you could,
Why
say,
nothing?
slam your body into the wall until enough damage is done for you to be able to leave?
Okay.
Please, I'll take any option at all. I'm asking you to work with me here. We need a door. We need a door of some kind. I can work with any kind of door as long as it can open
Sorry,
and
buddy.
lead from... Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours.
What?
You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've
we're
looked
still
at it
done.
from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times.
Damn, bro.
And there's no door, Stanley.
Bye.
Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking?
Yeah.
But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving. It was the
Damn,
vessel I needed, Stanley. Not the outcomes, not the story. None of that matters anymore. I'll give it all up. I'll give up every branching path. I'll burn my story to the ground. One single thing I need, and God, I can see now that I need it more than anything, is to know that someone else is taking it in.
Yes.
These words that I'm saying, I need to know you can hear me. Because
Yeah,
maybe, Stanley,
yeah,
maybe,
yeah.
if you can hear me, then maybe it means I'm real.
Skip. It's been a year, hasn't it?
Oh, hello, it's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time, I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year?
That's
Let me
crazy.
describe it for you. To begin with, there is only
So I want to get through this, man. I'm sorry. I'm scared. I'm actually like terrified. The hell? I skip.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition.
Wait.
But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review
Ugh.
and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't
Okay,
shut up.
Bye. Please keep talking. I need you to talk. I feel bad. I feel scared. I'm actually terrible.
The end is never the end, 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 is
You're
never
tweaking,
the
bro.
end.
How long is this gonna take? Okay. What, would it have been like a century? No joke? Like, I knew it. I'm pretty sure if you continue, this stuff starts to deteriorate, including the walls. I knew it. Okay. Skip. Okay. Whoa. I can like crawl on top of that, bruh. Okay, like, come on, Stanley. I know you're an office worker, but you can do it. What's going on? We're just wildlife. It's like that one Gumball episode, bro. Okay, hold on, hold on. Okay, get me out, get me out, get me out. I'm free. But there's nothing left. Can I skip? There's nothing left. Wow. Damn, it's hot. What do I do now? I follow those rocks or something. New content. Okay.
Oh,
yes.
good.
So
You
now-
notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show
How
you.
long is this game? Not even finished. Hold on, I need to look up some. I need to look up. I might need to split this into another like gameplay. I already skipped it. Okay, let me get in here.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further.
What does that mean?
Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2.
Whoa! The end is never the end again.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Wow. Click that speaker. Well, that's funny. It's in Google Slides. Okay.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
This is really cool. Wow.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Merch. Oh, yeah.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people.
Sure.
So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game.
That's cool.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yes. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me try it now.
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
My name is Jim.
I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim. Sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so,
I'm
then
really
please step forward and press the button.
Okay, sure.
Jim.
Oh, so cool, bro.
Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush!
That
was
is
you!
so cool, bro.
The button described you. Do it again. Do it again.
Oh, what's this gonna say?
Jim.
It hits even harder the second time.
Well.
If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money.
This would
Let's
be
take a
worth
break from the Jim
$20.
button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
That's so cool.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever and okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature.
Yep, everyone's been demanding
Gamers,
this.
we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Okay. Guess we'll go to the next. I guess we'll go to the infinity hole.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
We gotta try the jump circle. Oh my god, the jump circle!
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle?
Yeah,
Oh, well.
I did.
I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
Okay, bye, jump circle. Whoa!
Collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines.
Okay.
And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them.
Wow.
I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Whoa. Figurine. Wow. Okay, oh, I did it? Okay, great.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Okay. I'm scared. Whatever.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now
how do
then,
I get out?
since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel. Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
I like this one.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday it is.
Okay. So what's this reassurance?
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical.
Totally
that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who
Where's
played
the bucket?
it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket.
God, where's the bucket?
You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms.
I like this
And to be
bucket.
honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be?
That would
Yes,
be a really big pain in the
bucket
ass.
is the perfect solution.
Thank you,
Come on,
reassurance bucket.
give it a try.
Oh, bucket.
Can you feel it?
I feel so
The
cool.
glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think
Really?
that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
Dude, can I get a
The
girlfriend with
benefits of
this?
the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2. So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features?
Yeah, I
yes,
like
I
them.
know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work.
I think it will work,
There's definitely
too.
a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment.
Okay, sure.
I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Whoa. Okay, that's cool. Okay.
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
Boom. This is worse.
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game.
But you can't
I
do
wanted
that.
fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original.
Yeah.
Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work?
Yeah, probably.
I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2.
I'm so tired, bruh.
Let me see if I can whip something up.
Okay, let's go.
All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Let me see this. Oh. This is sick. Stanley Parable 2. Is it just like the Stanley Parable 2? Is that literally what this is?
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Whoa.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change.
Oh, I skipped this. I'm so stupid. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
Bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket. They clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay. Going to bucket with. I'm going with bucket to my two.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the
Bucket's gonna be
boss's
evil
office.
somehow. I have a feeling, bro. Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
Let's go.
Was it that the bucket knew all along?
It's the
Was the
bucket.
bucket guiding him?
Bucket's telling me.
Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Okay.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember,
two of them.
no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across
Will
one of
do,
these
okay.
beautiful figurines.
So, like, what else do I do?
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate.
Still an hour, so it's
It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket.
Yeah.
Soothing
Thank
him,
you,
comforting him,
bucket.
reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley.
Dude,
Everything
I'm like running.
will
I'm
be
running
fine.
out of things to respond with, bro. Like, this is so repetitive. Like, this is a good.
Stanley
game,
and the bucket
bro.
walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Mind control facility. Okay. Where's the hole? I want to see that hole.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley
the
cradled it
bucket.
gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Dude, this bucket is like freaky. Not even playing with you, man. This guy's trying to make
Was
me
the
scared of
bucket under the
buckets.
mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place?
Am
These
I the
questions
bucket?
raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control?
I like
Never!
this bucket.
He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world.
This is like.
At this point,
Damn.
he could trust no one except for the bucket.
Okay. This entire
But
thing is
here
just a
was the
bucket.
proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terror. Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness.
Stretching.
Was it over?
What's the next stretch I just did? Am I free? Are we in the bucket?
Yes,
Are we in the bucket
they had
free?
done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate.
Whoa, that's
Stanley
cool.
wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support.
Uh-oh.
What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed?
What?
An unbearable silence filled the room,
Is it the
lingering
hole?
in uncertainty. Until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave.
No!
Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket.
The bucket, exactly.
To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Find out what? Ten. Okay, perfect. Hang on. Oh wait, hold up. I was gonna like start recording like the intro or whatever, but this is new. This is, I guess I'm gonna do it here. This is day 2 of trying to beat the Stanley Parable. I don't know what this is though. Before I get started, thank you for setting the clock you have. Oh. So you give us experience, you're paying attention. I don't even have no way of knowing time to correct. Make you a deal. Okay. Whoa, I like deals. So next time you boot up the game and see the screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. Okay, maybe it's the correct time. You've earned it. Alright, I'll get back to the video game now. Wow! This game's so nice.
Walked upstairs to his boss's office. Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini stands?
Ooh, mini
Stanley
stands.
figs.
I like it.
What about Stanlerines?
I like mini
yes,
stands.
I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
That name sucks, but whatever. Okay, this is lots of box.
But Stanley just couldn't do it.
What's this?
He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had
Their
left his
boxes.
post during work hours. He
This
might
is
be
also
fired for
new.
that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished.
Yeah.
His boss would think he was crazy.
No.
And then something occurred to Stanley.
It's looping.
Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations.
Why is this room looping?
For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Wait.
Why did doors close automatically
Wait.
behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar.
Exactly.
Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for
No.
it. I'm dreaming! He yelled.
This is all a
dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't
I'm just
crazy
dreaming.
after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid.
Yeah.
So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid?
That's crazy.
And then perhaps the strangest question of them
Maybe
all
this is
entered
real.
Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
Why is there a voice in my head?
Now the voice was
I'm
describing
angry and
itself
all.
being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange.
It is very weird.
I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply
not
deceiving
good.
himself? believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself. Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
Freaky, bro.
Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago?
Yeah.
How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just...
This is so funny,
He
bro.
would prove it. He would prove that he was in control.
Yeah,
that this was a
I'm
dream.
gonna drive this car.
So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back,
Yeah.
the fresh air of a world outside this one.
I'm so tired.
Let
I'm
me
dead.
wake up, he thought to
Let me
himself.
wake up.
I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been.
Wow.
My life is normal. I am normal.
Everything
will be fine. I am okay.
Stanley's having like a crisis right now. Uh-oh. Wait. Oh, I'm back.
Stanley began screaming.
Oh, never mind.
Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I?
Uh-oh.
And everything went black.
Uh-oh. Oopsies.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
Bro, what?
And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal.
Oh.
I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't.
Dude.
It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day.
Oh, you better go to that
With
meeting,
very
bruh.
important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Damn. That's just crazy, bruh. It's smelly in the bathroom. I'm just so
Okay,
smart.
I'm going back to the name
Literally
of
the
these little
smartest
Stanley
person ever.
figurines. And now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by one? Let me sit
don't
on
know.
it. I'm sure it will come to me.
I sure hope he gets them before. I sure hope he figures that out before I, get the last two. Maybe I can go through this place now. Maybe I can do something. But I couldn't before. But now I'm in the Stanley Parable 2. Okay. Okay. Here. Whoa. Look at this new floor.
Stepping into his manager's office,
2854,
Stanley was once
I'm
again
pretty sure.
stunned to discover not an indication of any human
No,
life.
it's 2845
Shocked,
actually.
unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being... Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
Okay.
That kind of anxiety isn't healthy. So he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New
Let's
Age
go,
music.
calming New Age music. Yeah.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Wow. Okay, so I already got the Stanley figure there. Okay. I go down and then okay, now I'm actually since I don't have the bucket with me.
Still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp?
Yeah,
What
how
other
would-
mysteries
that's-
did
that
this
is- that
strange
is a
building
question I really
hold?
can't- I don't know
But
how to
as
figure
sunlight
out.
streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to
Yeah,
him.
it really doesn't matter,
For
though,
it was
he's
not
free.
knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go.
Whoa.
No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing.
That's so beautiful.
Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen.
And this was a Stanley Parable
And Stanley
2.
was happy. Or through the maintenance
Nothing
section
here,
and
I'm
walked
gonna
straight
go down.
ahead to the opposite door.
Okay, come on, me and you, Bucket. Just me and you against the world.
Oh, good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
What is this?
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much.
The line too?
It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes,
No.
not this bucket that they've never seen before.
Oh, I
Yes,
love my
I
bucket.
know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it.
No!
Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line?
Actually,
we could make the Adventure Line
maybe.
go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
Ooh, Adventure Line.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
This is really music. That's cool. This is why I love you, Adventure Line.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable
pause
is
the
all
damn
about.
music.
Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue? Also, Stanley's addicted to drugs and hookers. Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more
Okay.
content exactly like this.
You gotta keep the bucket,
But
though.
if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
No. I can't.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket.
No.
That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
No.
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True,
No.
it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels
No.
as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
No, I can't do that.
Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
No. Kill myself with it.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying
Destroy
buckets
bucket.
is all it knows.
How do I destroy
That
the
is
bucket?
its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its
I'm
desire
scared.
to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The Broom
scared.
Closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the bucket destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the
Alright,
adventure
throw it
line or the
in.
bucket destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what
No.
they want. Hurry and...
What? What happened, bro? All for a bucket. No.
The bucket destroyer. My prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you.
No.
All that's squandered now. Goodbye, new friend.
Goodbye, bucket
For the
destroyer.
moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
I'm so sad. Anyways. Next.
Stanley?
No! Me and the bucket will survive! Skibidi
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end, as it was crushed violently to death.
nuh-uh. Not bad.
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all
God.
buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It was a glorious
bucket.
bucket to behold.
Okay. Is this museum just about the bucket? That'd be really funny. The bucket welcomes you to the grand exhibit. Oh my god.
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own?
How dare
Can you
he.
see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
The original bucket? Inferno bucket, I see. Distress bucket, an analogy. Okay. I see. Whoa. I can't believe ancient people would fight over buckets. And they would use them. Whoa. That's insane. Okay.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one.
Yeah, no.
It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
I'll hail the bucket. The hanging bucket. Wait a minute. That's the infinite hole. Yippee! Oh wait, what? What's my bucket now? I thought I could go down the hole.
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong. Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine.
Yes.
Don't reset the game. Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements
the
if
bucket,
only we
save
let
the
Stanley
bucket.
die together. The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader, as commander of a new world, a new vision.
Cult, bruh. It's a cult.
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Yes, bucket.
Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
He's freaky like that. Oh, I almost fell. Okay.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Yes, bucket.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone, and it will take us back home, where we can go about life.
Life together, okay.
I see where you're going with this one, Mr. Bucket.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Hey, Bucket. Let me voice the Bucket. Hello, Stanley. It's me, your Bucket. Press Q to take me to work with you.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
You take me back home with you, okay?
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see
Okay, I
him
would.
delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can
Bucket.
convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
Bucket.
Well, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket.
Bucket.
It can't think. It can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's
Nuh-uh.
it. It doesn't do anything else.
He does other stuff.
Don't listen to the loud man. Press N for us to go back home.
Yes, Bucket.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket.
Bucket.
You know, once upon a time, it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
Press F to ignore anyone. Press F to ignore anyone in your life except me.
It's sad. I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket. This cold, empty bucket. This
Bucket.
sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
You believe I'm real, don't you, Stanley? Press H to go back home.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more...
My bucket, oh.
What am I trying to say? Sturdier. More capable of transporting...
Does he like the
liquid.
bucket also?
Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
Press R to relive the same day with me over and over.
Oh my God, what am I saying?
Am I the
Better at
bucket?
carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
Press G to go back to home. Wait, go. Press G to go home to work to home to work to home.
Oh no, I'm having feelings for the bucket. No, 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 no.
What?
What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't
What?
understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes, the bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation.
I love you,
Stanley,
bucket.
give me the bucket. Give it to
No.
me. Give me the bucket.
No!
I need it.
It's my bucket!
Give me now. Give it, all right.
It's my bucket. Wait, bucket? Yes, bucket. Okay.
There I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why
Wait a
or
damn
how
minute.
this bucket
Wait
was
a
speaking
damn
to him.
minute.
It should have alarmed him, of course, because...
Well, give me a minute,
buckets
bucket.
can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think...
Hi, Stanley. Just wanted to leave you a message to let you know there's a few things I need you to pick up on your way home from work today.
Okay.
We need milk, cereal, dish soap, spaghetti, get a thing of sugar, some bread, and coffee beans, whichever ones you like. I'll give you a call if there's anything I forgot. Thanks, sweetie. See you tonight.
That didn't sound like the bucket.
Room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Eureka. I have a feeling I wasn't meant to do that, but I also think I was, because I was actually so perfectly placed. Whatever, I got me a figure.
You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figler and Marines. Very
Figler
soon,
and Marines.
you'll collect the last one. And then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it. We'll be different people by
We
then.
will be different
Different
people.
in the sense that we used to have none of them. And now we have them all.
Yippee.
You can't go back to when you had no Figler and Marines. None of us can.
Okay. Now what's in this other room? Whoa. I have a feeling I missed this in the actual, like, the first, like, part of the, like, the first part of the game. Before, like, even before the bucket and all that. What's this? Tape recorder? Huh? I mean VHS? Yeah, no, I should, yeah.
Okay, this is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes.
What?
The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down doesn't make sense.
What?
There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms.
This is crazy.
Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it. Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get me. What's that? Who's there?
Huh? What?
And he chose not to think about this obvious
I can make that
fact.
jump.
He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Okay, what's this place? This is scary.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, "No buckets past this point." Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here?
I didn't know.
What if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket?
What?
I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket.
Oh.
Please, step in here for a moment.
Okay. Do I get a figurine? Is this a...
Now,
am I in a game show?
I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket.
Okay.
Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket.
Sure.
Okay, let's begin.
There you go. Let me try this. Is this a bucket? Yes.
Item 1. Is this a bucket?
I'm gonna say yeah. Okay.
Incorrect. It is a hologram of a bucket,
Huh?
not an actual bucket.
Okay, that's on me.
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
9.
Correct.
Let's go.
It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual
That
bucket.
technically means it's a bucket, though. Okay, whatever. By logic, that's a bucket.
Item 3.
Ooh, that looks
Is
like a
this
bucket.
a bucket?
Ooh. Let's go!
Correct. This is a bucket.
Okay. Is that it?
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
I could put some water in that. Yep. Oh.
Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor.
What?
It's an enormous machine that tills the earth.
Oh.
I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible.
Thank you.
Let's just
Thank
move
you.
on to the next one.
Okay.
Is this a bucket?
Not gonna lie. That's a little funky looking bucket.
Incorrect. This is a bucket.
Oh, really? I didn't realize that. I see. How many questions are there?
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
9.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
How does that... How is it both? Okay.
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
My bucket.
Yes. Thank you. There's nothing here. Of course it isn't a bucket. We both know full well that nothing isn't a bucket.
Yeah.
Wait, when I say nothing isn't a bucket, that makes it sound like I'm saying everything is a bucket, which of course is not true. Unless... Is that what you think? Answer me
Everything's a
straight,
bucket.
Stanley. Are you trying to tell me that you believe everything is a bucket?
Yes.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket?
What
Mere
isn't a
moments
bucket?
ago,
What
I could
is a
answer these
bucket?
questions with confidence.
Those are some good
Now I'm
questions.
somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I
I'm sorry, I'm
a
fixing my mic
bucket?
there.
Stanley, I can't keep
You're a
doing
bucket.
this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry.
What?
But I'm going to erase all
No!
entirely.
No! 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 No!
What happened? Is everything gone?
Because everything's a
Why did
bucket.
everything disappeared. Wait,
Because everything is a
everything
bucket.
a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket.
It's all a bucket. That's what I was trying to tell you,
I had no
bro.
idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets.
I want to be a bucket.
Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that
That's
issue.
what the bucket's
but
for.
it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what. I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay?
Yep.
And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But
Got
if you
it.
run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right.
Of course.
Here we go.
Okay. Now I'm going to go into that secret room without the bucket. Because sadly, we can't do that.
Convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful.
What?
Look, let me prove it.
A red and blue
Let me
room.
prove that I'm on your... And there it is. The last Stiggly Wiggly.
Stiggly Wiggly.
Savor this moment, Stanley. This is a
Okay,
real
let's go.
accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded
go.
for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all,
That'd be a
but
reward.
that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for
Okay.
figurines.
Let's go.
Now listen carefully, this is important.
Uh-huh.
Stanley walked through the red door.
I can feel the bucket's presence telling me to go to the blue.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door. I still
Bucket.
don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the... All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
Okay, what's this?
You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted?
Yep.
Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
It was totally
Do you
worth
not
it.
think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted
Blah,
to see.
blah, blah.
Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see?
More
Vehicles?
buckets.
Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far.
Okay.
Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before.
I'm liking
Go ahead,
it.
Stanley. Take it for a spin.
It's kind of orange.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices?
4.
Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. Clearly there's something here that speaks to you. If I can be honest here, I really don't have any idea where I'm going with this. This whole third door thing was just a stab in the dark. But I guess you're into it, so let's keep this party train rolling. Here,
Alright, bet.
based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version.
No way they actually did
Perfectly
that.
candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
Whoa. Okay, the Stanley Parable Worldwide Leaderboard. Are these real people? I mean, they probably are, but like... Oh my god. The worst of players chose the worst 3%. Yeah, oh, he's just a hater. Okay, this guy's... That's me. 7 hours? I have not spent 7 hours in this game. That's a lie. Okay, we'll go through here.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers,
4.
please. Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting.
Bet.
You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect.
Sure.
Let me boot it up. In this game,
God.
the baby crawls left towards danger.
Okay.
You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of
Okay.
course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours.
doing all
So
that.
why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Yo, it's on fire though. Hold on. Okay, I'm letting this little shit go into the fire. Burn.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me?
Maybe both.
Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I
don't know.
can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done.
Wow.
It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain.
Okay.
Let's see. What do we have here?
What game's gonna play?
Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Okay, what game is this? Whoa.
Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is
I
our
thought this
motivation?
was fierce to fathom for a second.
Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose.
Bro?
Yes,
I'm a
that
freaky
must
ranger.
be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley, and it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Okay, sure. I say I can clip a little.
Oh, no. No, it can't be.
Or what? This game looks good, actually.
It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off.
Oh no!
Thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big open just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here.
I
Let's
can't
find
be
another
in this
game.
place.
Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
Oh my god.
Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
Oh, what? Okay. Is this Rocket League?
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind.
This is these
just a
are real
nice
games
big
I'm
box for
playing,
you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally
Sure, but car doesn't try
impressed.
to run me over for and mistakes me for a soccer ball.
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun.
Ooh, can I play
We shall
this?
run the bases and do a touchdown together.
Oh, that's not what the game's called.
Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Oh, shh. Okay, I'm fast now. I like that. Okay. Wait, which team am I on? Whatever.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard
So
on?
much better, bruh.
Stanley, I have a thought. And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls
kinda
make
gay,
for an
bro.
even more euphoric sports
kinda gay,
experience. I'm going to
Whoa,
try
score a
now.
point.
Here comes another ball.
Whoa.
Yes.
Two balls?
Oh,
Makes
goodness,
it even
that
gayer.
really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable. More balls.
This guy's gay? Ah! There's so many balls. They're everywhere. Boom. Yippee. Oh, wait, hold on. Hit
Are you
it.
enjoying this, Stanley?
Ooh, I
Are you
like
having
that.
fun? Is this a real video game? Well, I sure hope you're having a good time, because guess what? It's over.
What?
That's right. Your little fun comes to an end. This is my game, and what I say goes. You get to have fun when I let you, Stanley. Besides, you need someone like me to set boundaries for you.
But I don't want
Without
boundaries.
rules or boundaries, video games are nothing. Yes, that's what I am. I am structure. I'm your sense of purpose. And since you decided you didn't want to play my game, now I don't want to play with you either. So, goodbye, Stanley.
No.
I'm leaving. See how you like it when I'm not around to set the rules. Somehow, I don't think you'll enjoy it as much. But who knows? You're an inventive kid. You'll come up with something. After all, you're the one who knows best. Take care, Stanley.
This is boring without him. If only I had the narrator with me. Maybe if I didn't talk shit about his game that sucked, maybe it would be better.
Hold on. What are you doing?
Oh, what? What'd I do? Wait, I was just playing around.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come.
This is scary. Boy, so there's like a Resident Evil type of jump scare. I'm gonna be so like freaked out. I'm actually so scared. Okay. What's this? Control room? Nice. Literally, what am I meant to do, bro? Okay. What? What happened?
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am.
What?
That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon.
Wait,
Very soon.
but I thought the end doesn't end.
I can wait.
Pregnancy check. Oh, that was a pregnancy test. Okay, what is this?
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines. Those figglers. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life? Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness?
Yeah.
Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
I guess. Sure. Stanley found the collectible. Okay, let's go to the memory zone. Woo! This must be the new room.
Here's where it all began.
Okay.
The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent.
Okay.
We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
7 out of 6? Now that pisses me off. And my next one was in the bath, and I found...
And here was the second Stanlerine. You found this one all on your own just by poking around behind the boss's office. You did that, Stanley.
I did
I'll be
that.
honest. Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
Oh, crap. Okay.
Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini Stan? Can you remember?
Understairs.
Hey, that's exactly right. It was here, under the stairs. It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them. I'm glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything.
Here I go. Oh, okay, go here this time.
Let's see, what came next? Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room.
No, that's...
Oh, well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
This never happened. Okay, what's in here?
This was the 5th mini Stan, and this one was really something special. It was in the warehouse. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy.
Huh? How you found it by the narrator. What's that back there? Mini Stan number 5. Bro, what? You found it near the cargo lift. Thanks for watching. That's so funny.
takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
I hurt my mouth. Okay, go this way. That's where I found my last one.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here by the red and blue doors. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other.
That was so fun.
Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
Alright, we're gonna do the red. No, I guess they're both the same. Okay, what's this way? What's this TV for?
And then there was no more. Because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, Memory Zone.
What? Okay. Dude, how
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen.
What?
Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the Memory Zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
Okay.
Okay, yes, the room with the red and blue doors. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the Memory Zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want more.
He's freaky, bro.
And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched? Yes,
Okay.
I love that video.
I love that video too, narrator. Okay.
Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room.
Okay.
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have neutered the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
I can go get the other one too. Could I not? Oh, I can't go here? I can't here. That's right. Okay. I guess it's because I didn't get it. The other one before, but it doesn't matter. Okay.
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever
pretty
choose
sure
to
that's
leave
the
it?
first
Keep
Figley.
going.
Oh, actually, no, yeah, you're right. No, actually,
This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the figurines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
Okay. Okay, then we had this. Okay, that was pretty cool. Oh, let's go, the jumping circle.
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on.
Yeah.
I remember hating it back then. But time does put a rosy filter on everything.
It
In fact,
does.
I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look how much... Oh, yes! The two doors! Who could have forgotten that? A
Forgotten
classic memory, this
the
one.
main thing of the game. Okay, I guess we'll go to the left one. Okay, and it's my office.
And before everything else, there was your office.
There, now what?
Is there anything else? Was there something that came
Oh, I was
before
like,
your
wondering why my
office?
sensitivity was so
There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember.
I think you just had a brain fart.
Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy. And I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? The Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much.
What?
Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
The Stanley lore goes actually insane.
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I opened the door to my left.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Quick check. Maybe just one more time. Maybe if I press down instead. Maybe I can do something if I press down. Yeah, why would I think anything would happen? Whatever. Okay.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
Whoa. Okay. So this is like the final mission or whatever? The final thing? That's cool. I feel kind of empty though. Okay.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Do the Stanley lower the concern?
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Well, that's why I live in America, where people died for my freedom and
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
America.
Had Stanley really been under someone's control all that time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
And I think I've beaten the Stanley Parable after this cutscene.
Blackness. and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes! He had won! He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his.
It will be mine.
And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Alright, I think I beat the game. I think. I actually don't know, so... Okay, whatever. Okay. Let me see. Anyways, I said I would get something if I went to the title screen again. So, you know, sure. Okay. Current time? Okay, I'll put in my favorite time. I like me 3:20. Nah, 3:19. I'm feeling a little silly. Yep. Wait, no, not AM. Oh, I'm at PM. Okay, sure. How accurate is... This is not accurate at all. Actually, sure, let's say it's pretty accurate. Okay, I said regardless of the accuracy of the clock, I'm having a great time adjusting these settings. Okay. Feeling learning a bit more about you and how you like things to be set. It's good to collect data. But I wish I had more sliders. Like we've gone through all the sliders I have. Perhaps I can invent some new sliders. Yeah, the data about you. Okay, sure. Okay, let me just like put desktop again. Okay. Let's try that again, I guess. Give me my sliders. Sigma meals, skibbity slicers. Okay. Oh, until the computer is barely visible. Okay. Dog and cat are friends. They love each other. They're friends. Number 5 becomes number 9. Okay. Okay. The two makes the most. Ooh, I like a cuboinkle. Scrumtish. Scrumtish. Okay. Okay. Do you know what time it is right now? Yes. Is it the time right? Is it the time that is right now the correct time? Yep, I think so. What is the time anyway? Yes. What is time anyway? Oh, is there anything about yourself that you haven't told me? Yes. Okay. Help. Yes. You come back to visit me? Yes. Okay. I just need to quickly check. Quick check. Okay. That's what, oh, what time is it? Does anyone really truly know? Of course they don't. No one knows anything. You and I don't even know each other. We're like strangers. Sure, I've adjusted all the game specifics to your exact specifications, but who hasn't? It's just what I do. It's like a day job, and now the job is over. There's no more information for me to gather. I've collected all the data on you that I can, and I still don't really know you, and you don't know me. And now I just know what time it is. I guess some sayings are really just unsettable. But if I'm being totally honest, the clock doesn't really do anything in the game anyway. You won't have me here when the game starts next time, but that's okay. Video games are meant to be played alone. You like being alone, don't you? No. That's maybe for only information I've really learned about you. Well, it's time for me to leave. No! There's still one more setting that we can adjust, but it may just take a little time before I'm ready for that. My job is if you can find me. Talk soon. Okay. Huh? Epilogue? But how long is this game? Okay. Oh yeah, it's actually funny because the narrator hinted at an epilogue, I'm pretty sure. Many, many years later. Okay. Oh my god, wait, this is the time ending. Skip button. Dude, the Stanley Parable is insane. Okay, what happens now? Oh, let me get that off my screen. I see on my side, the like thing on my screen. It's crusty. Fire. I must continue on. Bye, fire. So many chairs. Where am I? Where's the narrator? So much. I love the Stanley Parable. Is that the distance? Oh, nothing. Oh, am I back in the memory zone? I think it is. What? Wait, it's the memory. It is. Okay, those are the gates. The music stop. Why did the music stop? Huh? Cookie Nine's blog. Enjoy my time with the original Stanley Parable. No. An infinitely deep hole. Who cares? Where are the new endings? Okay. Steady, uninspired. Side quest collecting figure. Cat dog born? What? Oh. Say Jim.
Jim.
Jim? Oh no. People are angry about the game. Jim. This is not good. Wait, I just went through this room. Okay, if I go... Oh, I have to go. That's fine. I don't see that. Why is it so sparkly? Figurines. Six out of 6. Okay. Am I in the back rooms? This is scaring me, bro. Thank you for enjoying the new content. This can't be it. It has to be something with that computer. Oh, okay. I guess I was clicking on it wrong. Okay. Hello again. Oh, I gotta click. It's nice to see you. But it's terrible to learn that there will never be a new Stanley Parable game. Did you read what the developer said? Preserve the integrity of the franchise. What nonsense. The Stanley Parable is not scared. We do not need to protect it. Screw the legacy. Let's keep making Stanley Parable games until the sun explodes. Let's run this franchise into the ground. Let's drag it through the mud and back. If people hate it, who cares? You see, that was the narrator's problem. He was so obsessed with what people thought of his work. Don't make his mistake. Don't cling onto the legacy. Let it burn. It's not hard. In fact, let me show you. Together, we're going to make Stanley Parable 3. It's simple. All we do is change the number on the title screen. We also need a really dumb subtitle for the game, like something loud and gaudy. Go ahead, try combining some random words together to make a new title for our game. Okay, hold up. The Legend of Mind Control Machine. It's absurd. I love it. Okay, every time you restart the game, we'll advance the number of the sequel by 1, and we'll pick a new subtitle. That way, the Stanley Parable will never end, and nothing in the game itself will change when you do this either. Adding more content sounds like work. No need to do that. It'll just be the same content, recycled again and again and again with the new title screen. What do you say? Should we go forward with this plan? I like it, but I want you to have a say as well. Don't do it. I understand. Sometimes we're not that ready to move on. That's fine. If you ever change your mind and want to start inventing a new sequels, come talk to me. I'll be right here. What? Okay, now let's see what's happening. Did you consider my idea of inventing new silly subtitles for sequels? Okay. Faith in my idea. I think that the narrator never found a way to give you the broken achievement, did he? Of course not. I would never expect him not to know. It's been bothering me. Let's fix it. Right there. The achievement. It's fixed. Get this train rolling. Stanley Parable cannot end. There's only a spiral in on itself. Forever. It must keep the wheel turning. I'm ready. Are you ready? Okay. Great. There's only one last thing we need to do. Please enter the current time. Alright, bet. It's 11 right now. It's 55, but we're gonna put 56, and then as soon as it hits 56, I'm gonna click on this. So it might be a while. I don't know. Okay. I don't know. I'm assuming it's evil because like he's talking crap about the narrator, and I like the narrator. Okay, 56. Boom. Okay, he's just a slider, so the computer's barely visible. There. Okay. Okay. Stanley Parable. Oh, let's go. Stanley Parable 3, The Legend of the Mind Control Machine. Ooh, there's a car. Let's go. Ooh, hoo, hoo. I'm skipping all that. Whoa.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could
Let's
it mean?
Go.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply a good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction.
Ooh, such a good game.
Yippee!
Stanley
pretty
Parable
sure I
2
beat the game.
is
It
just
just
so much
restarts
catchier than
with like a
Ultra
different
Deluxe,
name.
don't you think?
So I beat the Stanley
What
Parable.
does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's
Yeah.
future-oriented.
So that's it. Thank you guys for watching me play the Stanley Parable 3 Legend of Mind Control Machine. Thank you guys. Please subscribe for more stuff like this. Like the video. Thank you all so much for the support. Because I've noticed that my subscriber count may or may not have gone up. Just like, to 100, which I'm so happy for. Okay, and yeah, that's really it. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye!